Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of December 14th, 2025. Keep in mind it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. If that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Keep in mind that this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week readings are intended to help us move our lives forward. So with all that said, let's begin. Oh, and if you would like to learn how you can become a time traveler, please check out the description box below. Now, with all of that said, we can begin. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for Aquarius for the week of December 14th, 2025? One more shuffle. Thank you. Tarot card of the week, the Fool. Where is a new beginning happening in your life? At the bottom of the deck, the Hermit. What situation in your life is asking you to look within? Okay. New chapter here for the Aquarius collective, or at least the potential to have one, has been presented to you or is about to be presented to you. There may be a need here for you to go within to decide whether or not you truly want to move in this direction. The Hermit is card number 9s. 9s are nearing completion. 10s would be the finalization. So I feel like you're edging ever closer to this new beginning. Again, you have the ultimate gift of choice, right, of free will, if you want to move forward or not. Tell me more about the Fool card. Why is the Fool the tarot card of the week here for the Aquarius collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Venus placements. I thought we were out of the retrograde. Why am I still stumbling? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor, the Magician, and the Strength card. That leaves the 3 of Swords, 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, and we have the Hermit. Okay, 2 of Wands. It's like you're at a Y point. Remember what I was saying? You have the divine gift of free will. You can choose to stay where you're at with this particular situation, environment, or connection, or you could choose to go in another direction. Tell me why the 2 of Wands is here. Why is this the energy for the Aquarius collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. 2 of Wands is being clarified by the King of Cups, Temperance, and the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. So this decision is something that you're really going internal in respect to. You're already doing this work. You're not quite yet in the Hermit energy, and we'll see if that card wants to show up in the reading. But some of you are already beginning to process where you want to pour your pentacle energy, your time, your love, or your money, your devotion, your talent, your commitment. Do I continue to give to this current situation, environment, or connection, or do I branch off and start something new and apply those pentacle resources elsewhere? 3 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands would be the decision, and the 3 of Wands is now the action to move forward. It's the anticipation of the new. Tell me about the 3 of Wands. Why is the 3 of Wands here for Aquarius? One more shuffle. Thank you. The 3 of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Devil, and the Tower. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Pentacles. So I think what a lot of people here are not recognizing, or won't be recognizing if you go in this decision, is that you actually have been sitting here for about 3 years, for some of you, up to 3 years, contemplating, do I stay, do I go? Do I stay, do I go? Do I stay, do I go? Right? Do I stay at this job, find another job? Do I stay in this industry, find another industry? Do I stay in this town, or do I relocate? You know, do I stay in this house, or do I sell it? Do I stay in this relationship, do I leave it? There's something like that. Do I stay in this relationship, leave it for another? Like, because I have 2 queens on the table. You take it how it resonates to you. But most of you have been sitting at this Y point for a while. If you were to move in this new direction, which I think most of you are doing. The Aquarius collective certainly is shifting. It would appear to be spontaneous to others. It would appear to be reckless to others. Where did this come from? Oh my God, you're just leaving this job. You're leaving this industry. It's what you've always done. You're leaving the community. You've lived here forever. You're selling the house. Oh my God, I thought you were going to die in it. I thought you loved it. It would appear to be an abrupt change to others. You're leaving your marriage. You're leaving your relationship. You're getting married. You're leaving one person for another. Although you have been sitting on this for a while and being patient with yourself in that temperance energy, for other people, it would come as a bit of a shock and awe if you were to take the inspired action to move in this direction. And for some of you, that is what's holding you back. The what will others think if I do this? Nine of Pentacles. If I become single, free, and independent of whatever this is, and I decide to go in another direction, if I'm bold and brave enough to do this, which I've no doubt that you are, don't take this as a dare, but the feeling here is other people would think that this is reckless or toxic, or I'm having a midlife crisis, or I've lost my mind. I want to get another 3 cards. Let's do a combination here of the Devil to the Tower. There's also a secondary message that to move in this direction is very tempting. It's very enticing to you. So there's a twofold message there. Very tempting, very enticing for you. And then that second message is everyone else will think that this is the biggest mistake of my life, or that I'm making an error in judgment here. Tell me about the Devil to the Tower. Yeah, 8 of Wands. If I were, look at that, 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands. If I were to move forward in a new partnership, new job, it could be a professional partnership. If I were to launch this business, if I were to shut this business down, whatever this is, it does regard another entity. And if you were to move in the direction of that new entity, people might not take kindly to that. Knight of Cups, but you're being called in that direction. Your heart, and you're leading by heart here. You're making this decision by what feels emotionally sound to me. And you're not erratic in making this decision. Like some of you have really contemplated this. You've meditated on this. Your heart or your soul, however you want to define it, are calling you in this new direction. And so, yeah, it's very tempting and it's very exciting. And you're almost obsessed with when can I just do this, or when can I start this? But there is a feeling here that some people may not like it. I don't know why I'm getting that. Let me see if that actually ends up coming out in the reading. But that's an energetic or intuitive hit that I have here. Tell me about that 9 of Pentacles. We've got the Death card. Yeah, if I put an end to this and I rebirth myself in a new way or on a new path, I get the feeling like some people are going to think I'm crazy for doing this. Tell me about that 9 of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Pentacles is clarified by 9 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Justice. So you're feeling called in this direction based upon your past experiences. The Queens in Tarot for me exist in the present based upon what they have endured in respect to their suit of cards. So with that Queen of Swords, it's when I look at that whole suit of cards, right, from the Ace of Swords to the Knight of Swords, all of those experiences, and not the most pleasant in tarot, based upon all of that heartache, you're now existing in the present moment like, but I want to move forward. This is no bones about it. Now, I don't know if you're verbalizing it to, the entire world. I don't know if 8.8 billion people know that you're moving in this direction, but you do. You're also prepared to defend your right to move in this direction. Like if you're quitting this job or changing career paths or whatever you're doing here, you're also prepared to stand your ground if you have to. And that Queen of Wands there, again, is looking at, their respective suit of cards, Ace of Wands to the Knight of Wands, and saying, based upon the highs and lows, this is something worth fighting for. Because the Queen and King of Wands, they go to war, right? These people fight with bats. So whether you're masculine or feminine, you're showing up in masculine energy when it comes to your heart. So you're very emotionally balanced, very controlled of your emotions, and taking leadership. Because for me, queens exist in the present and kings are forward moving. So this very much is when it comes to matters of the heart, I know this is where I need to go. For the time being, I'm being called in this direction. There's a hunger or a thirst for me to go in this direction, and I'm prepared, if I have to speak with great clarity about why I want to move in this direction. And Queen of Pentacles, based upon my past investments of my time, my talent, my energy, etc., I'm being called to invest in the new. That's the feeling here. So where's a new beginning happening in your life? It seems to be this path here that is awfully tempting to you, or a person, whatever it is. Like I said, it could be professional, platonic, or romantic, but you're being called to it. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Now we see the Hermit. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles to the Hermit, for me, is representing where you are currently investing. Remember, queens exist in the present. So where you are presently investing in that job, in that career path, in that living environment, you know, in that relationship, in that marriage, whatever this is for you, that partnership, you're putting a lot of thought into this. This is where you're going into the hermit zone. Because what situation in your life is asking you to look within? The existing situation is asking you to look within and say, once upon a time, it had the promise of getting to the Ten of Pentacles, but I've been sitting in the Five of Pentacles. And now maybe it was since you started the job, or you entered the partnership, or you started dating this person, or whatever. But for some of you, I feel like it decreased over time. Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Sidebar message. Some of you have been contemplating or entertaining this new direction without informing the current situation. Like, let's say it's a living situation and you're renting and you're thinking of like buying your own home. Very tempting to buy your own home or live in another community. You haven't told the landlord that you're considering doing this. If this is a relationship, you could be engaging with another person. You don't have to be, but you're entertaining the idea of what life would be like outside of this connection, whether there's someone else or not. But this person doesn't know, or at least you have not verbalized it to them. Yeah, if this is a job and you're looking at other, you know, job opportunities, or you're contemplating what life would be like not working here and not working in this industry, they're unaware of that. They're unaware of that. The Emperor, the Magician, and the Strength card. This new beginning is one that you've been manifesting, and yet you're nervous to move in that direction, meaning, oh, I wish I didn't have to work anymore. I wish I didn't have this job anymore. Okay, here's your opportunity. And now you're like, oof, I wish I could get out of this relationship. Okay, here's your opportunity. Oh, I wish I could just sell this house and be done with the responsibilities. Here's your opportunity. So for some of you, you manifested this new beginning, and now in the Strength card, you're holding yourself back. You're like, oh, I don't know. Manifestation is here. It's awfully tempting. Awfully tempting. I'm being pulled in this direction, but I'm holding back. Why? Okay, let's clarify the Strength card. Why are you holding back? You're playing chess. The Emperor in this deck is holding a chess piece. Why are you holding back? Clarify the Strength card. The Fool. You're holding back. Your card is the Fool card, the new beginning. I'm asking, what are you holding back from? The Fool, the beginning. You're resisting this. Although you want it, you're entertaining it, and it's incredibly tempting. You're resisting it. King of Pentacles to the Empress. Knight of Pentacles. There's a financial attachment to the present entity, whether that is your spouse, someone you have shared resources with, maybe you share a home, like this is a lease that you have with a roommate. You maybe want to break the lease, but how would that impact the roommate? You know, you want to leave this spouse or this long-term partner, but there are shared resources. You want to leave the job, but there are financial restrictions or financial matters that you need to take into account, right? You can't just abruptly quit the job if you don't know where your next check is coming from. So there's a financial component to this. And that's the only reason why you're not birthing a new beginning. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Four of Swords. Again, we got the Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords. I feel like you're creating a plan without this entity knowing. At least that appears to be what is happening here. All right. I wanted to go back to the initial message I got that some people would think you're crazy for doing this, even if it's only for one of you watching. How would people react to Aquarius leaving the existing structure? Can we call it structure, whether it's a situation, environment, or connection? How would other people respond to Aquarius leaving the current structure? How would they respond? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Because I don't know why. For some of you, this is what you're worried about. Four of Wands. Three of Swords. Ace of Wands. Mixed message. The majority of the people in your life knew that this was going to happen. High Priestess. They stayed quiet. Five of Cups. There's a feeling here of, I'm really sorry that didn't work out. But I kind of was wondering what took you so long to leave the job. That's the feeling. Like if this is work related, this is like, I'm sorry to see you go, or I'm sorry to hear that you're no longer working there, or that you're quitting, or you found a job elsewhere. But I've known for a while that you were Five of Cups, Five of Wands, you weren't, Ten of Swords, you weren't happy. I kind of was waiting to see how long it would take for you to leave or to find another job, to go for the new, the Ace of Wands. Oh, I knew you weren't happy with the house, or it was becoming too much. You know, I'm sad to see you leave the community, or I'm sad to see you leave as my roommate, but I was expecting it. This does not come as a shock. This is not the shock you think it will be. This is, I'm really sorry that marriage didn't work out, or that long-term partnership didn't work out. But if you're happy about the new, I'm happy for you. Because I kind of had a feeling for a while, you know, I'm surprised you haven't left it already. So I don't see a lot of combativeness. So maybe the energy I was picking up there is your assumption. You think the world's going to think I'm crazy. I'm toxic. I'm having a midlife crisis. I don't know what I'm doing. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm immature. I think that's your perception of what people will think of you. I don't think that's what people will actually think of you. So what signs or where is a new beginning happening in your life? Well, you know what that is. Career and finance, love and romance, like I said, in terms of where you live, whether that's, you know, house, home, community, you're looking maybe to relocate around the world. It's up to you. I don't know what that new beginning is, but I know that it's happening. The message here is very clear that it's happening. You seem to be concerned about what this entity will say and what other people will say. Other people are sorry that it didn't work out, or sorry that it's ending the way it's ending, but they're excited for you to move towards the new. In fact, they've been wondering for a while how long you were going to sit in this. Now, what is this entity? How does the current structure, we'll just take a structure, job, person, place, thing. How does the current structure take the news? How do they take the news? One more shuffle here. Thank you. How do they take it? Five of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, Nine of Cups. That's weird. This is almost a feeling of, I didn't want to believe it, but I should have known. I didn't want to see it, but I should have known. I'm a little angry with myself. Oof. I'm a little angry. If I knew that you were going to quit like this, I mean, I had a feeling I should have replaced you. There's a little aggression. There's a little aggression. Like, I didn't see it coming, but I should have known with that Ace of Swords. A little combative energy there. I should have known you weren't happy in the relationship you were going to leave. I should have known you weren't going to renew your lease. I should have known you weren't going to, you know what I mean? Whoever this person is. This is the, I should have known better. How did I not see this coming? Why are you telling me now? I'm angry with myself because I second guessed my intuition. Because the Two of Swords is really a card of intuition. I know a lot of readers don't read it that way. But it's when you're blindfolded and you can't see and you have to make a decision, you're supposed to go internal, right? You're supposed to use your instinct. This person failed to do that. So are they a little aggressive or angry towards you? Yep. But this is also them kicking themselves in the butt. Like, I should have known Aquarius was going to leave. It was just, look, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time that they were going to make the judgment call and leave. Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, Nine of Cups, Judgment, Three of Cups. It was just a matter of time. But there is a little aggression about kind of like, why am I the last to know feeling. So what situation in your life is asking you to look within this current situation? Again, environment, connection, whatever. This is asking you to go within. Because if at some point you thought it would be the Ten of Pentacles, but you're now sitting in the Five, and you have to ask yourself, can you sit in the Five of Pentacles for the rest of your life? Because the situation isn't changing. This isn't changing. I don't know why I keep being told to tell you that this is not changing. Oh, Queen of Swords, you know this. Queen of Swords to the Five of Pentacles. Queen of Swords to the Five of Pentacles. You know this. So if you're offended by this message, it's just not your message. Or maybe it's a trigger wound for you. You don't want to hear it. This isn't changing. You know this. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Based upon your past experiences, you know it's not changing. But you have the divine gift of free will. You can sit right there and continue to look out the window and wonder what it would have been like if you would have went in that direction. Or you can get up and start moving or planning to move in that direction. Choice is yours. 3 cards of advice here. 7 of Wands. The Lovers. The choice is yours. And the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman. Take as much time as you need, because whatever you're leaving here is established in some way. The job, the living situation, the relationship, or whomever it is that you have your finances entangled with. So I would recommend, based on the cards here, that you insulate yourself from outside opinions. This person's like in a bubble. These other wands are like trying to get to them, you know, trying to communicate, trying to see what direction they're going in. This is like sort of insulate yourself until you make a choice here, because it does have some impact to your current stability. Hangman, High Priestess, 4 Swords. Oh, World card. Yeah. Give a lot of thought to closing this out. It's not telling you not to close it out. Again, choice is yours, to whomever this has been here in your life for quite some time. And that 6 of Cups to the 4 of Pentacles. So this is, take as much time as you need to like really think this through before you close it out. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. That is your tarot card for the week of December 14th, 2025. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out the description box so you can learn how you can become a time traveler. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.